The topic of today's discussion is understanding UART communication in Arduino. So what is UART communication? UART means universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. So what is this big word means to me? It means it is a method of serially transmitting data. It is a method of serially transmitting data. Next question comes, how it is sent. Data is transmitted in group of 8 bits packeted in between start bit and stop bit, which means it is transmitted in packets. The first bit is called the start bit, which is a 0. The last bit is called a stop bit, which is a 1. In between start bit and stop bit, you have 8 data bits, 4 and 8. This 8-bit data can be anything. Say, for example, 10110, 1011, 1001. This is an 8-bit data. In this 8-bit data, the first bit is called least significant bit, LSB. The 8th bit is called the most significant bit, or MSB. So start bit followed by least significant bit, followed by most significant bit, followed by stop bit. So totally we are sending 10 bits in the place of 8 actual data bits. Instead of 8-bit data, we set 10 bits. Those 2 additional bits are meant for carrying your data packet. They are acting as covers. Now the important concept in UART communication is there should be a device. In this case, this device happened to be our Arduino microcontroller. This Arduino microcontroller has 2 pins. First pin is called transmit pin. And the next pin is called receive pin. On the right hand side, you have another device. This device can be anything. This can be another Arduino device, or it can be your computer. Your computer also has an UART port. So it is possible for you to communicate data from Arduino to computer via UART. So let us say this is a computer. So this is a computer, PC. So PC also has a transmit pin. PC also have a receive pin. And more importantly, PC also have a ground pin. And so do the Arduino. Arduino also has a ground pin. So this ground has to be connected to ground. This also should be connected. Now, how do I connect these 2 lines? The transmit pin of the Arduino should go to the receive pin of my PC. Okay, so this is acting as a transmitter, and PC is now acting as a receiver. Okay, so if data is communicated only in one direction, this method of serial communication is called simplex communication. Simplex communication means data is transmitted in only one direction. It's always flowing from Arduino to PC in one direction. Suppose if I connect the transmit pin of PC to the receive pin of Arduino, then both these fellows exchange information in a bidirectional way. That kind of communication where the information is flowing on both sides is called duplex communication. Duplex communication is the data is flowing in bidirectional way. In duplex, we have 2 types. One is half duplex, the other one is full duplex. You understand the word duplex. Duplex means it is bidirectional. Then what this half duplex and full duplex means? Half duplex means when this fellow is talking, the word transmitter and receiver is applicable only for simplex communication, where one fellow is transmitting, the other fellow is receiving. In duplex communication, we use a terminology called transceiver. Why it is called transceiver? Because a single device acts as both transmitter and receiver. If you take Arduino, it transmits via transmit pin. At the same time, it also accepts data via receive pin. So it is both acting as a transmitter as well as a receiver. So it is combinedly called as transceiver. In duplex method, we have 2 types. One is half duplex, the other one is full duplex. Half duplex means when one party is communicating data, when one fellow is talking, the other fellow keep quiet. And when the second fellow starts talking, the first fellow keeps quiet, which means the data is bidirectional only, but at any given point in time, only one fellow transmits data, the other fellow remains calm. So the information exchange is bidirectional, there is no doubt, but at any given point in time, it happens only once at a time. Either the data flows here to here or here to here. This is the most preferred way of communication in normal cases. Suppose if both the parties are talking, if I am on this side, I would love to have bidirectional communication happening, meaning I would like to have you people open up and ask questions to me. That is fine. But in what way it should happen? It should happen in half duplex mode, which means when I talk, you remain silent, and the moment you have some questions and then you start asking, at that time I will be in silent mode and accept the information given by you. So this is the most preferred way of communication for humans. But for machines, it is waste of time. Meaning, both the transmitter and the receiver will start transmitting data at the same point in time. When this fellow is transmitting data, this fellow will receive. And when this fellow is pushing data, this fellow is also pushing in the same time. It is called full duplex. Both the transmitter and reception of data will happen at the same point in time. For humans, this will result in a big chaos or confusion, but for machines, it is too easy to handle. Okay, so full duplex method is the most preferred method of communication for machines. Half duplex is most preferred for humans. Next comes the hardware part. Okay, UART requires two parties, party A and party B. For example, in our case, party A happens to be Arduino, party B happens to be our computer. Let us. Arduino is transmitting data to PC using one single wire. The transmit pin of Arduino is connected to the receive pin of my PC. Very simple. This can happen provided both Arduino and PC operate in the same voltage level. Unfortunately, the voltage of the transmit pin operates at 0 to 5 volt logic, whereas the PC operates at bipolar logic, plus or minus 12 volt. Okay. So what does it mean? It means in Arduino, 0, Boolean 0 means 0 volt, Boolean 1 means plus 5 volt. So if you draw a graph, so if you want to represent Boolean 0, this is Boolean 0, 0 volt, and this is 1 volt. This is 5 volt. So this is 0, this is 1. In terms of voltage, this is 0 volt, this is 5 volt. But for PC, interestingly, it follows a different logic. A 0 in PC is represented by plus 12 volt. A 1 in PC is represented by minus 12. Interestingly, it is following the reverse logic. Here 0 is 0, 1 is 5. Here 0 is plus 12 volt, 1 is minus 12 volt. So if you draw the same graph for PC, this is how it would look like. Voltage on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. Suppose if I am representing a 0 is represented in PC with plus 12 volt. This is plus 12 volt. This is a 0. Okay. Yeah, 1 is represented by minus 12 volt. So it goes to the negative side. So this is my 1. In terms of voltage, it is minus of 12 volt. Then you may ask, so if both the parties are transmitting data via UART, both of them should transmit with the same standard, isn't it? They operate at the same standard. They should agree upon a common standard, only then they can start communicating data. So if one fellow is operating at 0 to 5 volt logic, and the other fellow is operating at plus or minus 12 volt logic, and if you directly wire them like this high voltage of 12 volt from the PC will put the Arduino in danger, and it will kill this device straight away. Okay. To compare this with a small example, I can tell you that this is Mr. A, this is Mr. B. Mr. A is an Indian and Mr. B is from US. Okay. So they wanted to exchange, money for some transaction. Mr. A is having Indian currency and Mr. B is having US dollars. Though both of them are currencies, okay, the currencies have a different denomination and name in different countries. So therefore, I need to have a money exchanger in between. So the Indian hand over the Indian currency to the money exchanger, converts that into US currency, and then hands it over to Mr. B. Similarly, Mr. B, if he wants to send some information back to Mr. A, he sends the US dollar to the same money exchange, converts that to Indian rupee, and then sends the information back. So this money exchanger acts as an intermediary agency between two individuals who use different currencies. It is pretty much similar in this case. My Arduino uses 0 to 5 volt logic. My computer uses plus or minus 12 volt logic. So if I am going to directly wire them, it is going to kill my Arduino in no time. So what should I do? I should use an intermediary voltage translator device. This job of this voltage translator device is called a serial transceiver IC or serial level translator IC. The job of this IC, the IC that we use is MAX232. The job of MAX232 is to take 0 to 5 volt logic from the Arduino and convert it into plus or minus 12 volt logic of your computer. Similarly, on this side, it takes plus or minus 12 volt logic and convert it to 0 to 5 volt logic of your Arduino. Otherwise, if you directly connect them, 0 to plus or minus 12 volt logic of your computer, it will harm your Arduino device. So where do I find that UART connection? In olden day PCs, if you find at the backside of your computer, you would have this 9-pin connector. See, this is your UART interface of your computer. So this is the actual circuit for UART communication. This IC is called MAX 232 IC. This IC is a 16-pin IC. Pin number 16 is connected to power supply. Pin number 15 is connected to ground. Between pin number 1 and 3, we have a capacitor, okay, 10 microfarad capacitor. Between 4 and 5, you have another 10 microfarad capacitor. In second pin, you have another capacitor. In sixth pin, you also have another capacitor. Totally, you have 4 capacitors. This is another 10 microfarad. This is another 10 microfarad. So how it is connected? How it is connected to PC? The transmit pin of my Arduino is connected to transmit in, which is the 11th pin. See here, transmit in. Transmit out is connected to pin number 2. Why pin number 2? Pin number 2 is the receive pin of my computer COM port. Your PC is here. Your PC has a COM port. This COM port has 9 pins, of which we use only 2, 3, and 5. Pin number 5 is your ground line. So I connect this to ground. Pin number 2 is receive data, RXT. Pin number 3 is transmit data, TXT. So see the chain. Here we are taking the data from transmit data, TXT line, that is going as input to this 11th pin, that is transmit in. 14th pin is transmit out, that I take it to pin number 2 of my PC. Pin number 2 of my PC is receive data. So that completes the transmit chain. What is the receive chain? You start from the PC side now. Third pin of PC is the transmit of your PC. Okay. So that transmit of PC, I give it to 13th pin. 13th pin is receive in or out. I take and I connect it to the receive of this RX. So that completes my path. How the data is transmitted and received via UART. Okay. The data is transmitted and received in packets, in 8-bit packets. Let us now try and understand how data is transmitted and received in UART communication. For example, let us say the Arduino is transmitting this 8-bit data to a GSM modem via UART. This 8-bit data is 00101101, of which this 1 is least significant bit and this 0 is called the most significant bit. So when this 8-bit data is transmitted from Arduino first start with the start bit, which means a 0 is first transmitted, followed by this least significant bit, which is a 1, followed by this 0, followed by this 1, followed by this 1, followed by this 0, followed by this 1, followed by this 0, and finally the most significant bit. After completing this most significant bit, the Arduino puts a 1. Finally, this is called a stop bit. So this 8-bit data is sandwiched between a 0 and a 1. This 0 is called a start bit, which signifies the start of serial transmission, and the final bit is a 1, which is the end of serial communication. So in the place of 8 actual data bits, the Arduino is transmitting 10-bit, and each bit is transmitted with a specific time interval, T1, T2, T3, and all of them are same, and the exact duration for which a bit is transmitted in UART communication is defined by the baud rate in UART, which we will discuss next. So the way in which the UART is transmitted in Arduino is LSB first, followed by a 1, followed by a 0, followed by 2 1s, followed by a 0, followed by a 1, followed by 0 and a 0, and finally comes the stop bit. So this is how the 10-bit data is transmitted, in which 1 is a start bit and 1 is a stop bit, and the actual data bits are 8. This is point A and point B. Point A is my microcontroller, which is Arduino. Point B is a peripheral device, say 7-segmented display. In general, it is a peripheral. So when the data is transmitted from one point to another point, you have to understand a very important concept that only a single wire is used for communication. So when only a single wire is used for communication, then you have to time share this wire. What is time sharing means? This wire is used for transmitting data The same wire is used for transmitting different data in different times. So what is the data that we are actually supposed to transmit? This data. So this 10-bit data I have to transmit. What is this 10-bit data? The first data is the start bit, which is a 0, and the last bit is a 1. And then I have 8-bit information, 1101, and then 1001. So totally 10 bits I have to send. So how these 10 bits are transmitted? First, this 0 is transmitted. What is this 0 means? So the Arduino will write a 0 here, digital write. So technically, Arduino will do a digital write. So it will write a 0 here. How long it writes a 0? That depends upon the baud rate. Baud rate means what? What is the time that you are planning to share between each and every bit? Okay. Baud rate means baud rate defines the speed of serial communication. Speed means after having transmitted 0, so let me draw a graph of time. This is time and this is the data. So first I send a 0. So 0 means in our case it is 0 volt. So it is 0. So this is time t is equal to 0. So starting from time t is equal to 0, I am sending a 0. How long I am sending a 0? There should be a delta t. So this delta t is determined by the baud rate. Let us take a sample example. I am fixing the data rate as 9600 baud. 9600 baud means 9600 bits are transmitted in 1 second. So if 9600 bits are transmitted in 1 second, what is the time necessary for transmitting 1 bit? This is 9600 bits. So for transmitting 1 bit, what is the time that you need? 1 by 9600. That is, let me take a calculator. 9600 to do 1 by x. So it is 1.0416 into 10 raised to minus 4 or 104.16 into 10 raised to minus 6. So this is 104.16 into 10 raised to minus 6 or 104.16 microseconds. So this delta t is 104.16 microsecond. For that much amount of time, I am keeping this line at low. See, this wire you imagine as a computer. There are 10 fellows. All the 10 fellows want this computer to be used. So the first fellow comes, takes the computer, and how long this fellow should use the computer, we have to fix the time because I am the owner of the computer. So I tell that fellow, see, you are supposed to use the computer only for half an hour. That is the standard time that you are supposed to follow. Nothing less, nothing more. Likewise, I am dictating terms here. So 9600 bits can be transmitted in 1 second. Means, so what is the time that each bit can acquire this wire? So time needed for 1 bit is 1 by 9600, which is 104.16 microseconds. So 1 bit of information can be transmitted in this wire for a time duration of 104.16 microseconds. So imagine this 0 is one student. This student can use this computer, which is this wire, for how long? 104.16 microseconds, which is a very, very low time, very extremely small time. Then what happens? Then the microcontroller writes a 1 in the same wire, which means the same computer is used by the second student now, which is writing a 1. 1 is 5 volt. So 5 volt. How long? Again, half an hour. Half an hour in this case corresponds to 104.16 microseconds. And then followed by 2 zeros. This 0 is for 104, another 104 for another 0. And then comes this one. Again, another 104.16 microsecond. You have another one here. So this is another one. This is another one. Followed by a 0. Followed by a 0. Followed by 2 ones. Finally comes the stop bit, which is again a 1. So I put that in red. So this one, and this is the stop bit. So totally, what is the time taken for transmitting the complete 10-bit data? Each bit takes 104.16 microsecond into 10 times we have to do that, which is 1041.6 microsecond. The total time taken. If each fellow takes half an hour time, which is 30 minutes, totally the 10 fellows would have consumed 300 minutes, 30 into 10, because each fellow uses the computer for half an hour. So each bit uses this wire for 104.16 microsecond. So who defines this 104.16 microsecond? I decide, because I want a data rate of 9000. Is it fixed? It is not fixed. If I want to increase, I can increase. 9600 is the standard baud rate. If I want to reduce it, you can go to 4800. If you want to still reduce it, you can go to 2400. If you want to still reduce it, you can go to 1200. So on and so forth. On the higher side, if you want to increase the double baud rate, you can go to 19,200. If you still want to increase, 38,400. So these are all the number of bits transmitted per second. So if you want your serial communication to work at 9600 baud, which means 9600 bits are transmitted in 1 second. So what is the time allowed for one bit? So for one bit, 1 second divided by 9600, which is what is 104.16 microseconds. So each person can use the computer for 104.16 microsecond, which means each bit can accommodate or own that wire for a time duration of 104.1.